Erin and I are out for our first overnight Quinzee trip. First Quinzee ever at all. And we're walking through deep snow. Erin's blazing a trail and I'm hauling the sled here. Pretty exhausting. You know when you fall in the snow and you get stuck? That's what we're dealing with.
Here we are. We're on Catlonite now and we're trying to find a place to set up our Quinzee. The snow's super deep, so making our way down the lake's a lot more effort than we predicted, but that's usually how it goes. Beautiful lake. John has the sled. We'll see what we find.
Okay, we got our home base here. Got a great view of this lake to the south. It's quite a large lake and we intended on going way down there to camp, but the difficulty of travel has made that impossible. So we're settling down here and we'll explore without all the gear. It's all done. That part was not too bad because there's just so much snow around. It wasn't hard to find. Now we have to let it rest for at least 90 minutes, I've read, but we're gonna give it a good 2 hours and then dig it out. It should be pretty cavernous in there. We erred on the side of humongous. I think it's quite a bit bigger than it has to be. Just barely got through here. This is the deepest ice I've ever drilled. There are 4 fish on the sonar. They all seem to be pretty inactive. Oh, I'm dropping down and one's coming with me there. Go back above it now and see if it'll chase me. No.
So I've fallen. And it's actually super awkward in snowshoes because, see, I don't have any leverage. I try and lift myself up. My arms sink all the way down. So it's a super awkward process to try and get up. But I'm getting there. Here we go. Aha!
Well, I've been fishing. Erin's been hard at work providing for us. Set up this lovely fire pit with even some spruce boughs for our butts. Some firewood, nice dry logs, dead. And it's been over 2 hours, so it's time to dig this thing out. All right.
You on?
Yep. How does it feel?
Good.
Yeah, solid. And this is good that the entrance is so nice and low. Like you still have 7 feet above this entrance. Oh wow. We're getting somewhere. Oh, it's so quiet and calm in here.
It's nice, isn't it?
Oh, lovely. It's windy and loud out here.
It's gonna be warm too.
Yeah. Sun's busting through a little bit. Here's the progress update. Oh yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. You have a lovely home.
Thank you.
It's a bit tight right now, but there's room to grow.
It's under construction, but
Yeah. Are you hitting light there?
yeah. I don't know.
So that's the end of it there?
No. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, it must be.
Could be.
It's getting there. Seeing light around many of the edges now. It's a little bit brighter here. We're not using sticks. I know a lot of people do that, but we're just using light. And so far, so good. It's really nice to have a two-person system for this. All the snow that gets shot out, this person can, as me, they can get rid of it. And if the Quinzee was to collapse, you could have someone to dig you out. I don't think I would want to build this thing alone. It'd be pretty unnerving. Erin get all wet digging in there. It gets warmer in there, but you're kind of sweating and you're covered in snow, so getting the fire here to warm up with.
Fire and some lunch.
Spruce boughs are down. Things dug out. And now it's time to get our
Nice
wool
and
blanket on
spacious.
there. Yeah, tons of headroom.
Yeah.
If we dug this out more, we could even
Yeah.
close to stand,
We could have dug it out more.
but that's okay. It's good.
We got cold. I got cold.
Yeah. Getting there with the setup. Just a couple more things.
So we're just getting set up here. I got pretty chilled digging this out because I got really damp. I was lying on the snow for a lot of that. So as soon as we got set up, I jumped in some dry layers and tucked myself right into my sleeping bag, and I'm going to hunker down here until my temperature warms up. But we've got a pretty nice little home here.
Sure do. You did most of the legwork and got ice cold as a reward.
Yeah, but it was worth it. It's pretty exciting. It's quite nice in here.
Well, it's Operation Get Erin Warm. We tried to get the fire going to warm her up, but it was super windy, so it just made her more cold because she was all wet. So she can't feel her feet, and she was shivering. So I'm just going to spend some time in here. It's very warm, well, much warmer than outside, where it's super windy, and it's just so insulated in here. You can't hear a thing from the outside. It's noisy out there because of the wind, and in here it's just dead quiet, deafeningly quiet.
It's taken probably 45 minutes, but I now have feeling back in my feet and 9 of my toes. Still working on the right big toe, but making progress. Feeling cozy.
Successfully got my feet warmed up, and back out here now. Enjoy some of the evening. About to lose the sun behind the clouds, and I got my big boots on now. My big snowboard boots, so they should keep me warm, and some dry base layers. So feeling pretty good. Guess John's building us a bit of a windbreak since it's quite windy, so it'll help us with the fire.
Erin's warmed up, so we're out of the Quinzee. We are losing the sun. Still windy, so we're gonna make a fire, stay warm. Thought I'd be doing more fishing today, but building the Quinzee is a lot of work.
fire's dying down a bit. Need some oxygen down at the bottom. So I'm going to use one of my favorite camping tools, the billy bellows.
Invented by her dad. Way to go, Bill. Oh yeah, like gasoline.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's good.
I think I'll enjoy some Bourset. This program is brought to you by Bourset. So this is a new treat we're trying. I'm gonna try and bake these on a stick. Kind of like you would do for bannock sometimes. There. I'm just gonna wrap the thicker end. Well, actually, I guess it's gotta wrap around pretty well or it's gonna fall off, so. Okay, here goes nothing. And it said to do it very slowly.
Yeah.
If you try and make this happen quickly, you're gonna burn them. I have a feeling it's still gonna be gooey, but try it. Oh, that looked pretty gooey.
But it's so good.
Is it?
I like it.
Okay, good. Hey, came off clean, so that works. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that seems real gooey. Just good though.
Good though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the outside's crusty still.
Yep.
Good call.
Hopefully we don't get sick.
No, we won't.
It's a little after 8 and we are completely exhausted. Like, this is as tired as I am on any day of bushwhacking and portaging. This is a very tiring task, but it was really enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good day.
But we can't wait to sleep. Well, we were completely exhausted. We slept for at least 11 hours. It was warm enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it wasn't super warm.
No.
Maybe because our entrance is so wide.
Yeah.
But it was definitely warm enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And so quiet.
Yeah.
Just oddly quiet. Time to get going.
I guess so.
So I had my minus 20 down bag last night. Erin had a minus 10 bag and another down bag. And then we had a thin wool blanket, another just cheap blanket under that, and then sleeping pads along with these spruce boughs. Did the trick.
How is it?
Beautiful.
Ah.
Here's the full tour. Got kindling here. A little pathway carved between the Quinzee and our windbreak. Yesterday the wind was just howling, so we had to put this up. Otherwise the fire was just raging. Some spruce boughs there for sitting. Looks like a mess right now. Our full moat around our Quinzee. Our door is quite big, I know. Anyone who's built a Quinzee before is going to comment on that. You gotta make your door small, I know. This is a windbreak for the camera and for the microphone, because I needed somewhere to set it up where it wasn't getting pounded. And then a little trail through this deep drift out to the lake where the snow is much less deep. Just super beautiful and calm this morning, and we are not cold at all. Beautiful gray jays, so plump. Hey. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just brushing my teeth here. Oh, look how downy they are. Oh, so curious. So beautiful. Soon to be the Canada Jay. Just brushing my teeth here. Whoa! So beautiful. Oh, that's lovely.
They still
still here?
Yep, one's over there on that cedar.
Oh, yeah.
The other one's in the spruce beside it.
Oh, yeah.
Right in front of the GoPro. That's perfect. Thanks, buddy. You're quite a cooperative fellow. What did we get here? Erin made a ton of awesome breakfast stuff. Her breakfast bars are so good. Coconut flakes, chocolate chips, peanut butter, honey, and oatmeal. Just taking out on your breakfast bars. Hey, there's a bug.
What?
Look at this. There's a little bug flying around. Look at that. Tiny little moth. Probably likes my hand. Thinks it's so warm. It's too early, dude. You're gonna die. I know. Such a nice day.
Yeah.
Saying goodbye to our first Quinzee, and we're gonna walk to the north end of the lake where there is a couple of shallower bays and an inflowing creek. So this time of year, that could be a good time. It's in mid-March, so a lot of fish are gonna be heading for that creek. We're back in the deep snow and have to stop every like 50 feet just to catch our breaths. But we don't have much further to go. We're gonna dump most of the gear there and then fish over there. She's down. It's so hard to get up.
Leave the pack around and then
You. Oh. John's coming the last 10 meters, and as you can see, it's knee deep. Trying to get through with the gear so we can tuck it away and then go do some fishing.
This is a spot where you need snowshoes for sure. Anyone know what this is? You have pretty well-defined claws in this pretty small print relative to my hand. There's a deep hole down there, and that's where the creek inflow is to this lake. But it gets really slushy there. The creek is evidently pushing some water on top, and the snow gets thick, so we just don't have the energy to get to it. So we're just giving up. We had lots to enjoy on this trip, and right now we just want to get back to a good warm weekend.